The Hunter Wetlands Centre is a Ramsar-listed wetland of international significance located in the heart of Newcastle. The wetlands are a natural haven for people and wildlife. They're home to water birds, frogs and reptiles. These creatures need clean, healthy water to thrive. Immediately upstream from Hunter Wetlands Centre is the Boatman Creek Catchment. Boatman Creek flows from the top of Bray Park via the University of Newcastle's Bushland campus to the Hunter Wetlands Centre. On its way, it passes through Warrabrook wetland and two local wetlands protected by New South Wales planning policies. WetlandCare Australia has received 4 years of funding from the Australian Government to restore the Boatman Creek Catchment. The aim of our project is to reduce the impact of weeds and poor water quality on the Ramsar-listed ponds at the Hunter Wetlands Centre. We are restoring 14 sites covering 90 hectares along roughly 4.5 kilometres of the creek line. Even though the city is all around us, our project sites are beautiful places. The vegetation is spotted gum ironbark woodland, an endangered ecological community. There's a diverse understory of shrubs and herbs. We've even seen an endangered powerful owl in our area. But there are lots of problems. Lantana is invading the bushland remnants, taking over from the local native plants. Morning glory is smothering and killing the trees. There is pollution, rubbish and erosion. We're working with a long-standing team of partners who are passionate about protecting Newcastle's natural assets. Our partners include the City of Newcastle, the University of Newcastle, Hunter Water Corporation, Conservation Volunteers Australia and the Hunter Wetlands Centre. Our project has 3 themes: Indigenous capacity building, community engagement and on-ground works. We've established a team of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander leaders to guide the Indigenous Capacity Program.
For Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, we know our cultural knowledge, our cultural and environmental knowledge, and this program here introduces us to the scientific, the technical knowledge. So it balances each other, and it's a great outcome for land management.
Our project team attended cultural competency training at the Wallatuka Institute. We learnt that the traditional owners of this country are the Pambalong clan of the Awabakal people. Pambalong means people of the swamp, telling us these wetlands have been important to the local community for thousands of years.
And flying over it's a big swamp, there's lots of water in it, there's lots of wetlands. That's the people of the Pambalong, that's their country.
The University of Newcastle created a series of interpretive signs to teach students and visitors about the importance of this land to the traditional owners. At the launch event, young and old gathered to walk the trail, hear about the Pambalong clan and plant bush tucker plants in the surrounding bushland. We've engaged Conservation Volunteers Australia to supervise a crew of 3 Indigenous field workers full-time for 6 months. They're regenerating bushland and revegetating 7 of our project sites. Their training program includes Conservation and Land Management Certificate 2, First Aid and Chemical training.
I really love working in the bush. I'm learning heaps and it's very rewarding.
I'm Mick, the CVA team leader, and I'm working with the Indigenous crew and we're having a great time regenerating the bush.
Community engagement is essential to the success of our project. One of the great things about working in the city is the number of individuals surrounding our project area who we hope to get involved. So far, we've had 12 events with 167 individuals attending, all meeting like-minded people and helping to restore the natural environment. There are 3 landcare groups involved in the project. Tom Farrell Institute has started a new Callaghan Community Landcare group at the University of Newcastle. This group have held a habitat hike, cleaned up the creek and planted 300 reeds and sedges to stabilise the creek bank.
What I love about Landcare is community involvement. We're from Jack Norman Street Bush Care Group, and we'll be very happy to get more help to work in this area, getting rid of the weeds and non-native species and that, and it'd be good for this particular program to be able to source some extra labour for us.
Peter Stevens at the Institute ran a workshop on water-sensitive urban design, attended by 17 participants. We toured the university campus, learning about the interventions that had helped capture and store water in the soil, reducing runoff and improving biodiversity. Our on-ground work commenced with detailed site assessments, neighbour consultations and site action plans. There were lots of people involved. 5 different government bodies and 1 community group own our various project sites. Before starting work, we installed plots and transects at each of our sites. We surveyed the weeds and natives so we can monitor our progress over the 4 years of the project. Tom Farrell Institute and WetlandCare Australia commenced monitoring water quality and flow rates to establish a baseline for our project area. Then we got down to work. Conservation Volunteers Australia supervised an Indigenous crew who commenced bush regeneration at 5 sites in the upper catchment. WetlandCare Australia lent a helping hand, spraying the worst infestations.
We bought this rapid spray unit only a month or so ago to get access to some of the really hard to get at mixture of weeds. It's really good because it sits in the ute nicely on this little drawer, and we're able to get to our weeds, clearly identify them, go first up, get a good kill.
We're planting natives on the edge of wetlands, and the purpose of this work is to create a buffer between the urban development and the water. The native plants will take up nutrients and pollutants, helping to keep the water clean and providing habitat for bushbirds, which are declining in the city. We're preparing 2 large sites for revegetation, with a total of 5,000 square metres. Noel Jupp from Riverdene Nursery is growing local provenance plants for us, ready to plant next spring.
We're a family-run nursery. We've been in business for over 50 years. And the last 25 years we've been doing environmental work, and I am very, very pleased to be attached to the WetlandCare Group and part of this project. It is very good.
One of our project partners, Hunter Local Land Services, made a contribution by regenerating bushland and planting trees at the creek through Heaton Public School. WetlandCare Australia cleaned up rubbish from the creek, 440 kilos. We're working with Hunter Local Land Services to restore an outdoor classroom and install interpretive signs and artworks for the students. At the end of Year 1, our project is just beginning. It's exciting to think about the results we can achieve with 4 years of funding. There's opportunity for locals to get involved. We'll be running habitat hikes, community planning days and other activities. So get on the boat and help us restore Boatman Creek.
Yeah, get on the boat.